Oh, anyway, I went to a meeting last night, and we had it over at our high school, and it's for flood protection along the South Cypress Creek. That's right over here behind me. That flooded in what was it, April 2011? I thought it was May 2010, but it was April 2011. Well, anyway, it says right on the invitation to the meeting that it is to improve the flood protection along the creek on the West Junction. This is the West Junction over here. The purpose of the meeting is to update and intake the creek and neighborhood design concept. So it says it's about the design concept. We go in the meeting, and one of the first things, because like they're talking about um because like the other meeting before, which I left saying they were all ignorant, what the other meeting before, they all want a football field and one of the Fords that represents around this area. There's a few of the Fords from this area. This one, poor thing, he looked like we really do need to do what they're talking about. He sort of seemed like a little Forrest Gump. But anyway, but very nice. He wanted to open up the clinic right where the kids are. I'm like, I'm against it. They got a clinic right up on 3rd. Plus, they got the police too involved in our healthcare. I'm pricing it back in. And the police actually have no clue. And they're really harassing. It's a really police state around here. But anyway, this is what the people are like. What do you mean we're going to do this? What's that got to do with, because like they had their heart set on like doing like, because like when I left last time, they want this football field right in Cypress Creek. You know what I'm saying? So, all I know there's $60 million. We split in 3 places. And that's pretty decent. And the only choices are really to is to go along with the improvement plan that was with the money that was already allotted to us. But so they have like 4 different plans, all of them to improve the area as they do stuff to stop the flooding. So some of it has to do with one thing I didn't see up there. They really didn't want no trees that soaks up water, and then they cut them down every 10 years, and money goes in the community. I didn't see that there. But what they wanted was football. Like this one lady, she's like, "What's doing gardens and the park? The park's already existence. If you want your football field to have." The park that we already have is where they're going to have to put it. Not in the goddamn swamp. Because that's all that creek looks like is a goddamn swamp. And plus there's turtles there. This one lady, like the last time she was talking about, we don't want to live in no goddamn jungle. Nah, but you want to throw trash outside your car and live in a cement jungle. You don't want to live with those trees. But a lot of it has to do with the propaganda. Like there's a lot of shame with black people associated with nature, picking cotton. Black people had to make a living, had to support their families, and did this before white people came along in Africa and Egypt and all this. But it's a dirty thing. It's a disgusting thing. It's a humiliating thing. Y'all was slaves. But now all the cotton is being grown overseas because we still wear cotton. They're not getting that money from the cotton anymore. They don't have to worry about being no cotton picking, nothing. Our family made a lot of money off of cotton, and they had big families, and they was able to feed these big families. But anyway, it was so embarrassing. They all started talking because, like, they do not understand a garden. And like I told those people, look, they might not want to. They'll buy certain vegetables. Like I bought a cabbage. I actually didn't cook the cabbage. I don't know if I have any cabbage that I made up that's left to show. But let me see. Um, let's see. Oh, it's dark. Let's see. My kitchen messy. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of the cabbage left. A bite. I don't even know why I put. Can you see? Oh shit! I spilled it. Ah! I was like, I don't even know why. Here. The cabbage. If I take the plastic off, I didn't know part of the plastic. There, you can see better. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like it. Well, anyway, and I spilled it on there, so lovely for me. But anyway, so that was just, I didn't even use the whole cabbage. I only used like this much of the cabbage, and I'm gonna make, because I ran out of carrots, so I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna make another type of cabbage salad without using the carrots, but I go Saturday to get more food. Uh-oh. I messed up. Let me see if I can get you back. Still there? Yeah, I shouldn't have spilled that. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, it's still recording. Like, ooh. Yeah, I had to wipe it off a little bit. Messy kitchen. So anyway, dark. There we are in the light. Woo! Up. Oh, I think I missed the spot. Anyway, so much for that. No more trips. But anyway, so like that's like the cabbage. I just took a wedge out of it, and the cabbage you just slice it like that, and anyway, put in little onions, and I had only two carrots left, and I don't have like one of those things. But anyway, I cut those up as little as I could. And so put a little onions and whatnot. Oh, there's raisins. So I like raisins. But with cabbage, you can make anything with it. Makes a good salad. So, but I was out of carrots, so I just did enough. And plus, that bowl was full, so just did enough to fill the bowl up. So anyway, we went to. So a lot of it is about gardening. I want to have garden. And see, my property is in the floodplain. They don't want to have garden. They will steal your vegetables and eat vegetables. That's the only way they'll eat vegetables. But like I was saying, they cook their cabbage. I don't like cook all my vegetables. They cook their cabbage, and I don't know how they season their cabbage because I never could get it to taste like that. But I like the way I cook mine, but I do cook it. I think I don't know what it's probably a lot more salt or something that they got that I don't use. As much. But anyway, but they do a good coleslaw. But I think theirs is mostly store bought, the bag. But anyway, but and then like it's a lot of sexually deviant things. So cucumbers, zucchinis, and stuff like that might seem like a sexual aid more than it's something to eat. But I like zucchini. I like baked zucchini. I like fried zucchini. If I bake it or whatever, it's with mozzarella and sauce, whatever. I like zucchini. I like squash. So there's different types of squash. The yellow squash, or any type of. I like acorn squash. butternut squash. I think they're all good. Um, so you know, uh, they don't grow stuff. So I really want this victory garden. I'm going to volunteer because I have these lots around here. My lots are actually in the flood zones. You know, and like we got like right here, so many empty lots, and then right next to Rick where his flood there was an empty lot. So you know what I'm saying, and like also like if we could do these gardens and everything else, I won't have to mow. That's what I'm hoping on, or get other help. But I have to volunteer to do my own work. But the thing is these we do need a garden, and like some of the gardens going to be to soak up water, and plus it's disgusting around here. All we got it's disgusting and ugly. But they do not like nature. They've been fighting to kill nature, ever since Jim Crow days. It's you know they hate nature. But if I could get some help, any type of help, this is the readers I had on. But I didn't have this pink scarf on. I just woke up. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. In my jammies. But we'll see. We'll see exactly. It sounded like a good idea. And like all the ones just told, because like they had like the last meeting they were showing like they was like, oh, we want this. They want all this stuff. But they don't really, and like, so anyway, I stood up in the meeting. I'm like, this meeting was about the flood, to stop, our areas from getting flooded. Like, you don't want your friend's house to get flooded, so we need to hear them out. And, if they want to use existing parks to make your baseball field, then let them, you know what I'm saying? I don't, the whole idea is like these people that came up here, they don't want to. They're naturalists. They want things to go more natural. I've said let them have fruit trees because like the city came out here and stealing all my shit off, all my pecans off my fucking tree. City workers. So if they had and then I promise you, if they had a line of fucking pecan trees down there, the city workers ain't gonna come down there and steal it. But that's like I told them, they did that in California. It's like really stuff you can't really be too nice to people around that got brought up being whooped, because a lot of times it's not that they take your niceness as like weakness, but they've never had anything like anybody being nice to them without some type of consequences. Either they're being, like after they got whooped, their mom might snuggle them and be nice. Or, some of the boyfriend or mom might bring home, oh, you want something? You better, suck my penis. Or, you got to mow the grass, for 4 months, the whole summer, and take the trash out. There's always there when people that got whooped, their parents and everything. And this is just my observation from being a child to now as adults and being around people. That the people that get hit, they really got pain mixed up. Excuse me. Oh, what is? It's been sitting on. Anyway, it's been sitting on the counter. Some stale water, but they like pain, but they don't. I don't know. I just like this one person said in the meeting. Oh my God, and they're embarrassing because I left the last time the meeting, but it doesn't matter. It's like, to me, what they're talking about is making the creek more secure, to stop erosion, to stop the flooding. right? And if I could, if I could get somebody to help with it, and I wanted solar panels too. This one lady was like, I don't want no solar panels. Why do I want? And I hear a lot, even from my own sisters, all these excuses. There's a lot of pushback for the solar panel. Oh, it's gonna cost money. You got to change over to this. And I'm like, no, Dolores, not the new stuff. You know what I'm saying? With the solar, I didn't think about it. She's talking about the solar panel they had on the roof, but I've seen the solar panels they got in third world. You know, and you could go in the China store, and they got those black solar panels. The little switch he's talking about in China, like it's only about that big, and you just switch it, and you got the solar panel, and then this switch on, and you put it right into. Anyway, there's a little bit of adaptation, but you know, so for about $50, you could change over. You could change over some of your appliances, not everything, to be run by solar. To be just plugged right in there. But so I want those solar because like our lights went out and we had our lights out for I don't know 2 or 3 days or whatever. Got plenty of sunshine in the daytime. See, we could have had built up solar energy and still had our electricity running. Like for a backup or anything. But we got a coal plant here, so most of the people around here they want to just get rid of all the trees, get rid of all the bush, just cement everything fucking over, right? And have them a football field because they got children. They don't want like a science lab or a math lab, because we could get grants for a science lab. You know what I'm saying? The football, is something that they will just. So wait, these parents should be fighting for their kids that play football to get paid while they're in college or at least But they will tell you, well, they get free this college and they get free this, and I'm like, do they get the deodorant and toilet paper, silverware? I know they get to eat, like during the school day. Anyway, and they talking about well, they get they get like a card to go eat food or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Just started, like me, I got up and just now and had me a little cutie, not the whole thing, but like what I'm saying, you have to have money for them to have snacks. The only thing they probably could afford in their domes because like those little packets of ramen noodles for 10 cents. Nothing nutrition about it. You got a big box of like something like these. It's like a little bit more expensive, but one of these at a time is like 30 cents. Less, a lot less. I don't know. I didn't do the math. But I got at the meeting. They had I ate some of the food at the meeting. But anyway, so I like the idea, and most of those people, like I'm right in the flood area. Me and Rick, I didn't hear Rick. Matter of fact, before our third meeting, that reminds me, he's across the street. I'll talk to him about what he wants to do, because his house really got flooded bad. Real bad. Those other people, like, I don't know what they're thinking about. They just heard $6,000, and they want some illusion stuff. Basically, what they want to do is chop every fucking tree down, cement everything over except for where they have a football field at. And I got news for them. These kids are not playing in the park now. If their parents would take them, I'm gonna plug it back. If their parents would take them and stay with them, then yeah. Otherwise, some under motherfucker cop gonna come and rape them. Hanging out in the park. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if the city could come and steal my pecans, and I see the city workers that hang around here, they're the ones that do all the dumping. We got a city guy that lives next door. He done dumped us fucking trash. And a matter of fact, he came and sat near me. I didn't fucking recognize him. I forgot on post that he's fucking with me because I want him. So I seen his address. I looked at him, and a few minutes later, I just got up and moved. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the type of person, if he did anything fucked up, I'd have to go to jail because I'd knock his fucking block off. I mean, literally. He'd be sitting there headless. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'm in the South. I'll make sure everybody sees and hears what he did first. Because you got to put on a big show. But, oh my God. These mothers is so ignorant. I figured for these men to be so fucked up as they had to come from some fucked up women. But, the women here, you birth them and then the men gonna tell you how to raise them. Well, why don't you tell us how to raise you when you're an hour old? Shit. Or tell you how to do it. Like my first husband, Black, right? He expects a woman to have a house. You know what I'm saying? If he gets an apartment bill, he don't pay his apartment bill. He don't pay his electric bill. He expects a woman to do that, and she just have food there for him, and when him, you know what I'm saying? So he can have just basically just be a fuck boy. But anyway, oh my God. But anyway, got that part of the meeting. And I'm glad, cause the first meeting I was really pissed off because I was like, football field, a fucking clinic. These people, he wants a clinic. They already got a clinic there, and then they got a clinic on Third. The kids don't want to go to that clinic, or they can't go to the clinic because it's all about the police. You're not going to get good care. I finally got good care. It only took me fucking 6 years because the police, not only do the city will send you a card just like this, that they're hacking your emails and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go in a doctor's office, if you can't get away with it, they want you to sign that. If they sign anything in your urine, they'll just give it right to the police. So you do not have patient and privilege. We have lost our constitutional rights. And that's what's going on right now. And I see how it happened. All you just need is some ignorant motherfuckers that won't take 2 seconds out to even fucking Google Constitution. And as far as I'm concerned, most of these policemen that are in violation of the Constitution and our civil and freedom rights, I'd watch some of them fucking drop dead like Booch up the street on Harahan. You know what I'm saying? He's going up to that one place where they were acting a damn fool with me, and I know for a fact that he didn't have, even though he was 83, you know what I'm saying, years old. I've seen people live a lot longer than that, but you know what I'm saying? If the police really didn't get that 8 years of medical, and I'd be a motherfucking titty sucker 2-ball bitch like that doctor up there that was pregnant and she real pissed because I'm sure she got her this policeman, from what I hear, he just knocked her up, you know what I'm saying, because he thinks, oh, he gonna be rich, not thinking that she got a whole bunch of schooling to pay off, because the school in the capitalist society is not free. But this bitch don't got the good common sense. Bitch mad at me because you know what I'm saying, trying to fuck with me, and it's not my fault that you did something that you shouldn't have did, and the insurance company gets involved in it. So she, you get mad at me all day long. You still had to go back. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to go back and you're the one that made the oath. You're the one who did the 8 years of schooling. If you're gonna let one motherfucker, ignorant ass, ridiculously. People that got hit, I'm sorry. They're just some narcissistic ass. They got pain fucking mixed up. And then they're always causing pain. It's just disgusting. They're just disgusting. They just fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying? And